So now that I have played Diablo 4 beta for 3 days with the sorceress class, I have few things on my mind that I like to share here, and I'm sure that some of you guys are not going to like that, will leave a dislike and will be like, who is this content creator and the stuff he is talking about. But that is fine. I have not participated in any of the closed beta, press beta. Before, this was my first time ever playing a Diablo 4, and so I want to talk about few things. And I think the most important thing for me coming from a Diablo Immortal was how the controls are going to feel in Diablo 4. I was playing Diablo Immortal with my mouse and keyboard that most of you guys did in Diablo 4 as well, but there was a big difference coming from a Immortal to D4 for me. In Diablo Immortal, I was using the WASD keys for my character movement while I had all my skills assigned on my mouse button. That was really easy for me to move around and use skills, and that is something I was missing on Diablo 4. There should be an option where you can go and pick WSAD as a movement, and it should allow you to assign all your skills on the mouse button. That you can do still. You can assign all your skill to mouse buttons, but you still cannot use the WSAD for a movement, and so I end up using a controller. But then there was another issue with the controller with skills like teleport. With my sorceress, I were not able to do like teleport in a long distance, so hopefully they will try and fix that in full version of the game. And other than that, I had a really good time with my controller. I was just using my left stick to move and the skills. So controller is what I was using, but if they give us an option for WSAD for movement and I can assign all my 4-6 skills on my mouse button, that is going to be awesome for me. That is the way I like to play the games. But anyways, let's talk about the next thing, that is going to be the world map, the events that you get in the open world map, and how is the exploration. It felt honestly really good to explore the map in Diablo 4. I had ton of fun exploring every nook and corner in Diablo 4 map, doing all the dungeons, doing the side quests. I am a sucker for stuff like this in RPG games, and this is MMORPG, so I was like trying to explore every single thing that was available to us in this beta, and I had a lot of fun. I did the world boss. That was tough battle. We all end up dying, but that felt like it was a intense epic battle. I did the open world events. Those were really nice. I did 3 strongholds which were available to us as well. Those were fun in my opinion. Again, this was me first time ever playing the Diablo 4. So for the first time experiencing all this was really, I can only say positive stuff for all this stuff. But if they do seasons and try and like reset everything again, I don't know if I will go and do these quests and stronghold and find everything again, the whole big map again. That would be a bit too much. But anyways, open world felt really good. Open world events felt really good. Exploration felt really good, so I have no complaints about that. And that leaves us with another thing here, the dungeons. The dungeons in my opinions are a bit copy paste. There were a lot of dungeons, but there were actual 5 dungeons which were reused for different objective codex, and that's it. And as for the dungeons objectives, those felt really boring to me. At first I was having fun, but after doing them like 20 times or more, they started to become boring. So they can do something with the objectives, especially telling you where to go, so you don't waste your time in dungeons exploring every single thing over and over again, because those are the same dungeons. So it would be maybe nice to have a marker inside a dungeon once you have completed a dungeon, and you try and do it again, should give you a marker, or maybe try and come up with some new objectives inside the dungeons, because I only see like 3 4 objectives. Go collect the keys, go kill the enemies here and stuff like that. And at the end, boss was good, bosses were good, and I'm sure in act 2, act 3 and more acts we will see more monsters, bosses, so not much complaint there either. Felt really good fighting those bosses. I was a range class, but I do understand that some of the melee classes are having really hard time fighting the bosses, especially when they summon some pool of poison and you have to stand in that and fight the bosses. But anyways, let's move on, and I'll be talking about the main story of the game. And hands down, it felt really good. I was totally hooked to act 1, the Lilith and everything. I was hooked to that story, and it left me wanting to play more. I was trying so hard to come up with some glitch so I can start a act 2, but the story was really good. The voice acting, the music, the writing, everything felt really good. So if you are someone who just want to experience the game for its campaign, you are going to have good time inside Diablo 4. And the hands down story was really good. I have nothing bad to say about the story. Felt really good, the performance felt really good, and the game ran really good. Even when the cinematic, the live cutscenes were playing, everything was running really smooth for me. And let's talk about the loot. Couple of things with the loot. You have to do some dungeons over and over again. You have to farm the same thing over and over again, but that is how the Diablo is. If you don't like doing that, then you will have issues with the game. But for me, it was fine. That is what I do inside Diablo Immortal as well, doing the same thing over and over again, trying to find some better loot. And so I was fine with the loot. The only issue I have with the loot is going to be the inventory and the gems that goes in your inventory, and you cannot just carry more loot. They need to come up with an option where the gems goes into a different tab, or you can just go and maybe store the gems in your stash, and the merchant can use and upgrade gems straight from your stash. That could be an option. I actually did not try. Anyways, that's the only issue I have with the inventory and the gems. Other than that, I did not had any other issues, and that leaves us the skill tree. At first I was overwhelmed by that. I was like, wow, this is a lot, this is so much. But once I spent some time in skill tree, it turned out to be actually really easy. It's very simple, nothing is complicated. You just pick your skills, and the next tree is going to unlock, and you can pick some stuff there, and the next tree is going to unlock. It's very easy. I was expecting this to be much more complicated, but it turned out to be much easy, and I really liked it. It's simple, you understand what it says, and I loved it. And there is an option for enhancement for the wizard. Those were really strong. You feel those enhancement, and I cannot wait to like try 2 enhancement on my sorceress and see how strong we can become in game. Like come up with some cookie cutter builds, destroying everything would be fun. But anyways, these are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of the beta? Did you guys enjoy it? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, as always, have fun and take care, guys.